Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to the next video. That's right, today we're going to be doing the review for the exam. I know you guys are so ready for this. It's only 3 questions. This is going to take me so little time. I am going to go kind of fast. It is already very late outside. You can't see out that window. It's not open. Let's see. Look at that, bro. No light. None. Can't believe this. Okay, so we're going to quickly go through these 3 problems. They're super fast, and then you will be ready for the test. That's it. These 3 problems, okay? So, without further ado, let me show you what I got. So, on the test, you're going to have 3 questions. This one, and this one, okay? So, the name of the game, there's 2 skills. One of them is basically, can you do similar triangles? So you got to be able to do angle, angle, side, angle, side, 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 side. Now, I don't think the questions will be exactly the same. The pictures may be different, but, you know, this concept is the same. Alrighty? You do similar triangles, angle, angle, side, or side, side, side. Similarity for each of those. And then for 4L, it's proportions. And it's going to look a lot like this, but again, picture could be different. It could be asking you for something else, alrighty? But the strategies you apply are the same nonetheless. Alrighty? Here... Whoa. Here, what we do, anytime we're checking for similar triangles, we look at what we got. We need similar triangles have to have the same angles, or that's when you have angle, angle, or they can have some angles the same and then sides proportional, alrighty, which is side, side, side. Or if you have a combination of those, you can use side, angle, side if that angle is between the 2 sides. So that's the summary of these 3 methods. Here, when we're looking at these 3 triangles, I notice that 50 is the biggest number out of this triangle. Well, maybe first I should say, what method are we going to use here? There's no angles given. So whenever I look at these 2 triangles, I know I'm going to have to use side, side, side. Okay? So there's my first answer. Down, ready to go. And now, since 50 is the largest out of 45, 30, and 50, I'm gonna put it with 20, because 20 is the largest out of 18, 12, and 20. Okay? So, to check the proportionality, I'm asking myself, is 50 out of 20 the same as, so I did 50 divided by 20, and I'm going to keep going. 45 is in the middle, so I'm going to put it with 18, who's also in the middle. So I'm going to do 45 out of 18. And is that the same as 30? Since it's the smallest, I'm going to put it with 12. Is that the same as 30 out of 12? Alrighty. And what you can do here is look in the old calculator and double check it. 50 divided by 20 is 2.5. Very nice. 45 divided by 18 is 2.5. And 30 divided by 12 is also 2.5. Okay, guys, I know, look on this picture, it's trying to trick you, alrighty? Notice that, well, 20 and 18 look almost the same length, but they're a little bit different, alrighty? So just keep that in mind. In this case, we saw that they were all 2.5, excuse me. That means you can multiply by 2.5 to go from the small triangle to the big one, and so they must be proportional. So we're going to say they're similar by side, side, side. And we also realize, and like what we're saying here, I guess, is we're saying this is correct. They are similar by side, side, side. And we see that if you're looking at these letters here, W-O and C, W-O-C. So W-O is the shortest part, okay? And you can kind of cheat a little bit if you use these arrows, right? I can see that W-O is going to go with P and E. I don't know in what order yet, okay? W-O, and then we also see that next up, if we're going W-O-C, W-O-C, then that would have to be the same as P-E-I, because we cross first the smallest side, then the largest side. So if I start here, that's the only way I could cross the largest side, then the smallest side, then the largest side. Okay, so that's why I'm choosing this order to say P EI for my triangle. Alrighty? What do you guys think? Anything crazy here? Maybe another giveaway? Well, not really. I was going to say cow and pie, but I guess they're not correlated. Alrighty? A lot of people here will pick not similar because they do the math wrong, or they like look at the wrong sides. Alrighty? Let's check this one. In this one, I see that I have a side, angle, and side, so I'm probably going to pick side, angle, side. Alrighty? And this angle does come in between the two sides, so it is usable in side, angle, side. Now, to check my proportions, ensure. Guys, I know, if you look at this picture, I know 15 and 27, look how big 15 is, but then look how small 27 is. Alrighty? I know they look different. This is done intentionally to trick you. Don't let this test trick you. Alrighty? Use the numbers. Trust the numbers. Alrighty? 15 goes with 40 because they're both the smallest. 27 goes with 72. Alrighty? So for our picture, what we can do, let's try the calculator one more time. We're going to do 15 over 40, and we get 0.375. And then here, let's do, so we did 15 out of 40, so we got to do 27 out of 72. Oops, 27 out of 72. And we get 0.375. Very nice. So, since they agree in the calculator, sorry, let me delete that one so it's not confusing us. We have 375 in the calculator because we did our fractions. We know that, in fact, they are similar. And notice that POM goes big side, angle, small side. So, when I copy that over here, I'm going to start like this. I have to go big side, angle, small side. Oh, did I go the wrong way? I did. Look at that. So you got to double check, right? You got to start here. Big side, angle, small side. So that triangle goes this way in this case. So our correct writing would be, ignore this arrow, YDR. Or as someone said in class today, YDR. Beautiful. So a lot of people will pick not similar here as well for the same reasons. It looks like 15 should go with 72. And if you were going on a picture, you would be right. I'm sorry, this is an unfortunate consequence of geometry, is that we are meant to trust the numbers. Because the picture might be drawn wrong. Okay? And I don't think this is not usually done intentionally, but I think in this case it is. All right, so turn the page. Last one here is number 11. So 3 problems on the test. And guys, it's only taking me this long. We're only at 8 minutes, which is not that long, okay? But it's only taking me this long because I'm explaining it. If you were just doing this problem, it would be even faster, right? So let's check it out. We want to find A and B, okay? The name of the game is make a proportion. Alrighty? We want to make a fraction equal to another fraction, and then we want to cross multiply and divide. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to bust out my old highlighters. You are more than welcome to use highlighters on the test if you'd like to, but you don't need them. You can just circle. I'm going to relate, and okay, what should I say here? The way I am going to find my answers is I'm going to find a fraction. I'm going to relate pieces together that make sense. Okay? So for example, if I want to get from 12 to B, that's the same as going from 8 to 4. Okay? The way you can know this is by grouping things together. So in yellow, I'm going to group 8 and 4 together because they're both on the left. Ready? And then I'm going to group 12 and B together because they're both on the right. Alrighty? Now, I can group 4 and B because they're both this part of the triangle. They're both the bottom part of that triangle. I can't believe, I literally missed the B. That's crazy. I've never done, I literally just missed the B. That's fine. Doesn't really matter, but it's just weird that I did that, okay? And then here, we have 8 and 12 going together. So, for our fraction, we're going to pick exactly how it is. 8 over 4 needs to be the same as 12 over B. And then we can cross multiply here to get 8B is equal to 48. And then we'll divide both sides by 8, you get that B is 6. Alrighty? So that's our answer for B. It just turns out in this particular one that B is easier than A. That's okay. Alrighty? When we go looking for A, and maybe I should say here, we know this proportion that we've set up is valid because our orange lines do not cross and our yellow lines do not cross. So see, look here, I went from 8 to 12, right? And that orange line was good. 4 and B was good. And then 8 and 4 in yellow, and then 12 and B also did not cross. Alrighty? That's how we know the proportion is okay. Now, we're going to try again here, but we have to be more careful whenever we're matching with A. All right? And to show you why, I'm going to come down to the blank part of this paper, and I'm going to redraw our picture here. Not very great, but to the best of my ability. 8, 4, this is 16. This length is A. We said this is 12, and this is B. Okay? So here's our picture again. And you don't have to redraw this if you don't want to. This is just for the demonstration. Okay? Really, this is made up of 2 triangles. There's the small one, and we know everything about it. It's 8, 12, and 16. And then there's the big triangle. This big one is here. So what we could do here, let's see. We could say, what am I trying to say? The whole bottom length is A. Alrighty? So on the big triangle, the whole bottom length is A. But on the big triangle, the side length is 8 together with 4, right? So if I wanted to put a number here, I would have to put 12. Alrighty? So now whenever I go to make my proportion, I'm going to have to relate 8 to 12 because they're both lengths on the side of a triangle, on the left side, okay? And 16 and A, not an orange, 16 and A go together because they're both on the bottom of these triangles. And then 8 and 16 are both on the same triangle, so that's why they're related. And then 12 and A are also both on the same triangle. Okay? So now when I set up my proportion, I'm going to say 8 out of 16 has to be the same as oh no, that's correct, right? I thought I made a mistake for a second. I was so confused. 12 out of A. Okay, sorry guys. My math brain suddenly started whispering to me things that I didn't like. All right? Anyways, just kidding. So we'll double check our proportions, make sure we set it up right. Alrighty? 8 and 16 are good. 12 and A are good. So orange is good. And then here in yellow, we have 8 and 12 and 16 and A going together as well. So our proportion is valid. And now we'll cross multiply here. We get 8 times A is equal to 12 times 16. Alrighty? And so A has to be 12 times 8, which is 2 times 48, which is, did I make I think I made a mistake here. Wait. 12 times 16. I'm not typing. Down here, divided by 8. Oh, no, that's correct. And we get 24. Okay. Very, very, very cool. Alrighty. So, 24 here for our final answer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not, just make sure you don't write 32 here. Okay? Just because this is double, it doesn't mean this also doubles. It means it increases by some amount, right? So here, you guys see that 8 and then 4 increases by half of 8, right? And then here, the same thing. Earlier, we got 6 here. So this line increases by half of 12. So you could use that principle here as well. You could say, well, what's half of 16? Alrighty? That's 8. And then 16 plus 8 is 24. That also works if you want to do it that way. But the proportion is probably the easiest way. Alrighty? If you are a proportion person, I would split up your triangles every time. This is the goated method for getting things right, ladies and gentlemen. And look, do you see my clever trick here? There's the goat. I don't know what goats actually look like now that I'm thinking about it. I think they have beards or something, right? And then there's his horns. Yeah. I don't know if this goes more like a bull, but that's okay. All right, Jadens and Littlemen, I will see you guys hopefully in class on Tuesday or Wednesday to take this test. All right? Guys, email me with your questions. I would absolutely love it. Enjoy your 3-day weekend.